242 valid anagram. So for this one, we just want to check if two strings are anagrams, and we want to return true if that's the case. So if you don't know what an anagram is, it's basically you rearrange the letters in one word in order to make the other word, and you have to use all of the letters and leave none behind. So for this one, you should have a knowledge of hash maps or dictionaries in Python. And just checking down here, it is an easy question, so not many companies asking this. And let's get started. So we want to make a hash map for each input string, and we're going to do that by just saying smap equals an empty map or an empty dictionary, and then tmap as well. And you can also combine these, so you can say smap tmap and then initialize them on the same line. So what we want to do next is we want to iterate through both of them and get the basically frequencies of each character. So starting with smap, we want to iterate through all the characters in S, which is this input string. So first, let's iterate through all the characters in S. So we want to say for char in S. So we want to check the frequency corresponding to the character in the map and increment it by 1. So to do that, we do smap of char. So that goes into the map and gets the value of char. And then we want to set that equal to smap.get char comma 0. So what this function does is it basically gets the value at char if char exists in the map. Otherwise, if we're seeing char for the first time, obviously it doesn't exist in the map, so we want to return 0. Otherwise, if we just use, smap char and char doesn't exist as a key, we're going to get an error. So we have to use this function. And then we want to add it by 1, of course. And then it's basically the same thing for t, right? And then at the end, we just return smap equals tmap. And then that's basically it for that. If you want to do it a shorter way, there is a function that Python has in its collection library called counter. And this will depend on if you can actually use it during your interview. But if you can basically just simplify all of this. You don't need to iterate through because the function will already do that. So what you want to do is, let's call it scounter equals counter of s, and then t counter equals counter of t. And then since we changed the variable names, I'll just change them here, t counter, and it will basically do the same thing.